ना?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Can you see it now?
Yes,
No?
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then they just. Okay. So before starting, I would like to there is a one very important concept that I need to discuss with you people, right? I think you finished writing all this, land degradation, soil erosion, everything, all the problems you have written, right? Yes.
We didn't write all of it.
Okay, you were in between.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll just ask you to write that as well. But before that, let's just discuss one concept. Okay. Or, okay, just finish it first then. It will be easy then. Till you were able to write
Soil
this?
erosion.
Okay.
Till soil erosion.
Okay. You can complete this now. Right? Then we are going to
Yes,
do.
ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, can we take screenshots because I think we have one more chapter left, and after this, I don't think we'll be able to join I and Ritika because exams are starting.
Okay. So
Ma'am.
when for that, what I will be doing now, Vanisha, for Ritika and you, I have planned a different plan. Okay. So what I am going to do is for you, I have a different plan because you have your exams, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what I will do after this class, I'll just share the plan with you, what I have planned for you, right? I'll be sharing the things with you personally, right? In the class, I will, because when you will be not there, I will be covering that portion only, which I'll be sharing with you, right? So that if you miss anything, that I'll be covering in the class, right? Because Harikrat and Fahim, they don't have the exam, so I need to cover the class things, right? So the thing is, after the class, I'll just connect with you people and I'll just let you know how to do the things. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, Harikrat, you completed this in the previous class?
Yes.
Okay. So girls, you are also done, so we can start a new topic, right?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, one very, very important topic which I need to teach you today is this supply demand reversal of environment resources. Directly, like previous year also, a 3-marker question comes directly from here, right? Which is basically the topic, this topic talks about supply and demand, right? So over here, supply and demand. Now, there are two phases, the early phase and the later on phase, like the current situation. Okay. Earlier, basically, what was the scenario? For example, this is our Earth. Like just take this is space. Okay. In this, you have 3 chairs. Okay. And coming to population, you have only 3 people. So at that time, what was the scenario? 1 chair was utilized by 1 person. Right? Now, in the later on phase, what happened? These 3 chairs were there, same, the resources. These are basically the resources. Okay. And this is basically the population. Okay. So over here, only 3 resources. Now the population basically increased. 6. So over here, what is the scenario? 1 chair, 2 people are using. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Fahim joined right now. So Fahim, I'm just discussing one concept, which is the supply demand reversal thing. Okay. So I'm just explaining the scenario that earlier, basically, what was the thing that, for example, these are the chair, right? So 3 chairs are there.
Yes.
So population, only 3 people are there. So 1 chair, 1 person is using. Later on, resources remain same, but population increased to 6. So now 1 chair, 2 people are increasing. And currently, what is the scenario? 3 resources are there, right? And population is 3 times.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
So over here, it is becoming like 1 chair, 3 people are using.
3%.
Right? So what is basically happening? From this interpretation, we got to know that more and more pressure on resources, right? More pressure on resources, right? So earlier, what was happening basically, there was like later in the early, when Earth started evolving, there was a situation like this. 3 chairs, only 1 person was there, right? This was also a scenario where more resources were more and population was less. And later on, what happened? Resources remained same, but population started increasing, right? So this is basically a question that comes directly, which is known as supply demand reversal of environmental resources. Now, I will be explaining this. You have to learn this in a very good way, okay? Because instead of asking you the direct question like explain the supply demand reversal of environment resources, they can even ask you how the resources are being utilized there as compared to the previous earlier ages like this. So see, in the early days when the civilization just began, or before this phenomenal increase in population and before countries took to industrialization, the demand for environment resources and services was much less than their supply, right? I told you this was a scenario that only 1 person is there and he has 3 chairs. He can choose any, right? Demand was only for 1 chair, but supply was over here in the early age, supply was greater than the demand. Yes? So this is what. So they can make a question from here is earlier when before the phenomenal increase in population or before the industrialization, or they can make when the demand was less, they can make any question. So this meant that the population was within the absorptive capacity of the environment and the rate of resource excretion was less than the rate of regeneration of these resources. Very, very important line is this. You cannot make any other statement from out of this. See, they are saying resource excretion means you are using the resources. You are taking out coal. You are using the wood, right? Was less because only 1 person was there. So how many chairs he will use? He will only use 1 chair, right? So it was very less. But rate of regeneration, see, coal, petroleum, all that things take time to regenerate, right? So automatically I'm using only 1 chair. Already I have 2. Till then I'll shift to the second chair. There will be 2 more chairs, right? So this is what, hence environment problem did not arise. At that time, there was no problem. The reason is because rate of regeneration of resources was more than rate of excretion of resources. Clear? Everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Then what happened? But with the population explosion and with the advent of industrial revolution to meet the growing needs in the expanding population, things changed. The result was that the demand of resources for both production and consumption went beyond the rate of regeneration of the resources. The pressure on the absorptive capacity of the environment increased tremendously. This has resulted in the reversal of supply-demand relationship of environment resources. Clear? Automatically, earlier the situation was supply was more, demand was less, right? But automatically, when this industrialization came, population explosion took place, everything shifted, right? That is, we are now faced with increased demand for environment resources and the service, but their supply is limited due to overuse and misuse. Hence, the environmental issue of waste generation and pollution have become critical today. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay. So you will
Yes,
put a
ma'am.
heading, new heading. You will write supply demand reversal of environment resource, and you will write the entire 2 paragraphs. Okay. So they can frame out any question from this, but you should have the statements with you, the reasons with you, right? So quickly note it down. Then we will do one more topic, which is global warming. Okay. Students, write it down. I'm just bringing my charger from the next room, okay? Just give me 1 minute.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, students, are you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody is done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. So now we are going to discuss one very important topic, which is your global warming. Okay. So I'll just paste one thing. I'll just return the notes. Okay, you have to prepare this for 6 marker. Okay, so nobody knows like for how much mark they'll be asking, right? But you will be preparing it according to the 6 marker. Okay. Oh, that's wrong. Okay. So first of all, ma'am, what is global warming, right? So everybody knows what is global warming. So global warming is basically the sudden increase or the gradual increase in the earth temperature, generally due to greenhouse effect caused by increased level of carbon dioxide, CFS, which is chlorofluorocarbon, and other pollutant. So when basically warm means it is the temperature is increasing, right? And global means the entire earth. So basically global warming is the gradual increase in the earth temperature. Why? Generally due to the greenhouse effect, right? And why greenhouse effect? Because of the increased level of carbon dioxide because in the atmosphere there are a lot of gases, right? So automatically if carbon dioxide presence increases, it leads to global warming, right? It leads to greenhouse effect. CFS, chlorofluorocarbon, and there are other pollutant as well. So this is basically the definition. I hope everybody in my class knows the difference between the definition and the meaning, right? So now what is global warming? Ma'am, it's basically if somebody asks you to define for 1 marker, you will write this. In case if they give you the entire question, then you are going to write your answer like this. If they ask you what is. So global warming is the phenomenon of a gradual increase in the temperature near the Earth's surface. This phenomenon has been observed over the past 1 or 2 centuries. This change has disturbed the climatic pattern of the Earth. However, the concept of global warming is quite controversial, but the scientists have provided relevant data in support of the fact that the temperature of the Earth is rising constantly. Clear? So over here, basically, the language they have written is basically in terms of current affairs, right? Basically, if somebody asks you, what is global warming? What is the current scenario of global warming in the country? So you will mention it like this, that the scientists have, see, you and I, we don't know, right? But the scientists have provided the relevant data in support of the fact that the temperature of the country, of the earth is rising constantly. Clear? There can be several causes of global warming which have a negative effect on human, plants, and animals. These causes may be natural or might be the outcome of human activities. In order to curb the issues, it is very important to understand the negative impact of the global warming. See, as a human being, for example, something is happening to you, right? If it is not affecting you, you will not bother. And you'll feel like, let's see what happened, like this, right? But if something negative will happen to you, then you will try to find the solution. So that's why when we will look at the negative impact of the global warming, then you will get to know that global warming is not good for us and you will try to reduce it, right? So let's just understand the causes of global warming. First of all, man-made causes. First is deforestation. Okay. So plants are the main source of oxygen. They take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen, thereby maintaining the environment balance. Forests are being depleted for many domestic and commercial purposes. This has led to the environment imbalance, thereby giving rise to the global warming. Clear? So over here, first you are explaining it that ma'am, plants are very important, but due to commercial use as well as for the domestic use, people are cutting down the tree, doing it deforestation, and because of this, there is an imbalance and it is leading rise to the global warming. Clear? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Second is use of vehicles.
Yeah.
So use of vehicle, even for a very short distance, results in various gaseous emission, right? Vehicles burn fossil fuel, which emit a large amount of carbon dioxide and other toxins into the atmosphere, resulting in increase in temperature, which automatically leads to global warming. Now, which I was talking about, CFS, it is chlorofluorocarbon. With the excessive use of air conditioner and refrigerator, humans have been adding CFS into the environment, which affect the atmospheric ozone layer. I hope everybody knows about the ozone layer that I will be discussing, but I hope everybody knows that it is basically a filter. Whatever harmful radiation comes from sun, it filters it out and then it reaches to the human being, right? And somewhere there, due to the relevant data of scientists, they have observed that there are some holes in the ozone layer as well, right? So this is basically, so the ozone layer protects the Earth's surface from the harmful ultraviolet rays emitted by the sun. The CFS have led the ozone layer depletion. Because of the CFS, what is happening? Our ozone layer is also depleting, right? Because of this, what is happening? The temperature is again increasing. Then industrial development. With the advent of industrialization, the temperature of Earth has been increasing rapidly. The harmful emission from the factories add to the increasing temperature of the Earth, right? So you will not write this because this is old data. Next, coming to agriculture. See, various farming activities produce carbon dioxide and methane gas. These add the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere and increase in the temperature of the Earth. So there are basically the farmers who burn their crops, right? Automatically what happens, that leads to basically the pollutants, right? In Delhi, like currently I'm telling you, in my locality, basically it's an off for 10 to 15 days, like schools and all are off because of the pollution, because of this agriculture burning, right? Because there is so much smog all over like all over the Delhi in India, I'm talking about. So basically what is happening, they have just they have just stopped everything. There is a like mini lockdown over here with like no schools are open, no colleges are open, and most of the offices, even they are doing work from home. So this is what. So agriculture somewhere is also polluting the environment, right? And automatically over pollution. So an increase in pollution means more people breathing. This leads to an increase in level of carbon dioxide. Getting it? Yes. Earlier there were 2 people, so only 2 kg of, let's just say 2 kg of carbon dioxide was going in the atmosphere. But now there are 10 people, so 10 kg is going. But earlier there was 10 trees, but now there are only 2 trees, because trees are the only source where you exchange the oxygen and carbon dioxide, right? So automatically over pollution also is leading to the greenhouse emission, and which is greenhouse effect, which is basically leading to global warming. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And the next natural causes, we discussed all these were basically the man-made causes, right? We were discussing the man-made causes. Okay. Now we will be discussing the natural causes, which are not in our hands. So these are the natural causes of global warming. Okay. So now volcanoes. So volcanoes are one of the largest natural contribution to the global warming. The ash and smoke emitted during volcanic eruption goes out into the atmosphere and affect the climate, right? I hope everybody knows whenever volcanoes go, a lot of gases and all that comes, and automatically where this gases goes in the atmosphere, leading to the affect the climate. Next, water vapor. Water vapor is a kind of greenhouse gas. Due to increase in the earth temperature, more water gets evaporated from the water bodies and stay in the atmosphere, adding to the global warming, right? When temperature increases, automatically water starts evaporating, right? And that basically adds to the global warming. Then melting permafrost. Frost are basically the frozen ice. Permafrost is a frozen soil that has environmental gases trapped in it for several years and is present below Earth's surface. It is present in glacier. As the permafrost melts, it releases the gases back into the atmosphere, increasing the Earth temperature. Getting it? Permafrost means all the gases are in the frozen form, so they are not affecting you. But when this ice will start melting, automatically this gases will also come out, and automatically it will increase the temperature. Clear? Now, forest blazes, or the forest fires emit a large amount of carbon containing smoke. These gases are released into the atmosphere and increase the earth temperature, resulting in global warming. Clear? Right? I have given you enough material. You will write it down, right? Of course, this is not a not that much lengthy concept. Global warming, everybody knows what is going, even you people. But I want you to secure full marks. If you are going to learn this, of course, I'm not asking you to mug it up, but at least use these type of languages, because if you will generally write, due to increase in population, this is greenhouses, just the layman language. You are in 12th class right now. So the one student who is in 6th class, he is mentioning the same point, and you are in 12th class, you are mentioning the same point. So that's not going to help, right? So if you want to score full marks in this concept, then you have to start learning the points and the keywords from these definitions. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So you will start writing it down. Okay. I hope everybody can see it, right? So you can start.